So we're going to go over a little bit more of module 4 and interpreting. Okay. And then medians and the 5 numbers. Before I move on to a different data set, because it gets different when we, I'm going to write these in here. So we've got 59. So remember, this is 59.5 inches. The next one is 64.75 inches. And then the median was 66.875 inches. Move those over. And then actually, I'll put this here. The Q3 was 68.625 inches. And then my max is 76 inches. I'm going to put the median down here. Okay. I'll just move these guys over a little. So there's my first and third quartile. The median's down here at the bottom. And then let's consider again, so where would the IQR be? Where would the IQR be? Do you guys remember what the IQR is?
It is Q3, take away Q1.
Yeah, it's going to be this distance right here. Oh, this is supposed to be red.
The 50%.
I want red. There we go. So it's this distance from Q1 to Q3. So see the red there? That's the IQR. And what we do to find outliers is we take that distance. Uh-oh. I don't want to erase it. There it is. We take that distance and, oh, it's not letting me. Dang it. It's not letting me move it like I wanted it to. Okay. I'll just copy it. And we add that distance from here to here. We add 1.5 of that distance to the outside of the fences. So there's 1, and then another half of that would probably be like this much, something like that. So we'd build a distance with a fence out to the walls out here. We can do it mathematically just by adding to the Q3. So Q3 plus 1.5 IQRs. So first of all, I need you guys to find out, we have the IQR, right? When we hover over here, the IQR, and verify for yourself that you could get it. The IQR is 3.875, and that's just Q3, 68.625 minus Q1, 64.75. So the IQR is 3.875. Everybody see that? So in our formula, we know that Q3 is 68.625, and we're going to add that to 1.5 times our IQR of 3. I already forgot what it was, 3.825. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me just double check. Oh, 3.875. Okay, so 3.875. So go ahead and let me know. You can't see that too well, so I'm just going to put it under it. So this is what we're calculating. And then you guys tell me what is 1.5 times 3.875.
I got 5.7375.
5 point, say it again.
Oh, I did 825, not 875. I'm sorry. My
Okay,
answer will
that's
be
okay.
wrong.
Anybody else? 3.875 times 1.5.
I got 74.4375.
For your final answer, right? I'm just asking for the
Oh,
1.5 times
I'm so sorry.
3.875. That's okay.
Oh,
Don't be sorry. Do you know what you got in between? Or you
no,
did it
because
all in one? Yeah,
yeah.
Wouldn't that be just 5.8125?
that sounds right. 8125.
8.8125?
8 point,
I mean
5.8,
5.8125.
5.8125. What I have on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And then when we add those together, now, Lizzie, you can tell me what that is. What'd you get? Unmute, Lizzie.
Hold on, it's because I deleted it and then I got it though. Hold on. And it was
Okay.
675. So I got 74.4875.
875. Okay.
Yes.
Let me make sure I'm getting that because for some reason I'm seeing the 74.4, but I'm not seeing the 875. I'm seeing a 375 from the numbers I have. Did I get the right answer over here for 5.8125?
I think the final answer would be 74.4375.
Yeah, I think it is 37. That's what I have, at least. Is that right? Are we all okay with that? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be giving you the wrong answer. Okay, so that is now that's 74.4375. That's where, and it's about where, notice it's where I extended this out. That's about where that first fence is going to be. So we're going to draw our fence there. So I'm going to draw so got that. So there's our outer fence. It's our upper fence that tells us where our outliers are. So right around at 74.4375. So we definitely have an outlier here at 76. And we also need to go through our list and see if there's any other outliers. So anything that's higher than 74.4375, that's going to be an outlier. So I'm just going to move this over really quick, make this a little smaller. Anything in this list over here that is, this is height, right, that we're looking at, more than that 7. Now here's 70, but that's going to be, that's not past 74. This one is just past that upper fence. It's 74.5, and my fence was 74.4. So that is an outlier. We have an outlier in row 13. We have the 76 as an outlier. And then this one's close, but it's not weird enough. It didn't get past 74. It's 73.25. Okay. So we actually have two outliers, 74.5 and 76 on this graph. Okay. Then we also want to look the other way. Oh, now my graph's all messed up, but that's okay. We also want to look the other way and take that same distance the other direction. So I'm going to mark this. This is 74.4375. But we also have to look the other way. So I'm going to work with Q1 1 and then subtract. So we're going to get lower. So Q1, and then take away 1.5 IQRs. So that's going to be Q1 is 64.75. And we're going to subtract, what was that amount we had? I'm already mad at myself for forgetting it. It's 5.8125. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. And so when we subtract that, what do we get?
58.9375.
58.9375 inches. Okay. And so notice that's going to be over here. It's going to be below 58.9. It's almost 59. So it's going to be just below our lowest minimum. So we can tell right there that we do not have an outlier on the low side. We only have an outlier. We only have 2 outliers on these. So our lower fence is at 58.9. This minimum is higher than that. So we know we don't have any lower outliers. Okay. Notice for the arm span, it sure looks like we're going to have some outliers on the arm span as well, if we were to do those calculations. I'm going to now show you the modified box plot that includes discussing outliers. So let's just remember with our heights, did we have any outliers on the low end? Do we have any outliers down here? Yes or no? Did any of the data push past that boundary? No, none of them. I saw Benny shaking his head. Nothing pushed. We have no outliers on the left. I don't know if you can see that, but on the left side over here, we have no outliers. On the right side, how many outliers did we have? Do you guys remember from the data how many outliers went, how many values went past 74.4? You can see them over here on the left. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Okay, so just I want you to remember that because I'm going to clear all my drawings here. Clear them real quick. And then I'm going to go to that option where use fences to identify outliers. Now, when I do that, notice, boom, here are the 2 outliers that we found, 74.5 and 76. Cool. And notice that the next data value now that goes as the upper limit is the next data value. Notice it's 73.25. It's not the fence. It's the next data value that's below that. So do you guys see how they don't call these the min and the max? They call them lower limits and upper limits. Because if you have outliers, you actually have a maximum or possibly a minimum that's higher than that. Okay, so these are the modified box plots. And for the arm span, we also had 2 data values that were beyond the usual occurrence. Okay. And we get that from the IQR. But the main thing that you want to be able to do is to interpret those medians, those quartiles, be able to say that it's this percentage is this or less. So let's take